what's up? I'm going to talk about something different today. I'm going to talk about something more casual, rather than to be more observant and more on point. What's a confirmation pioneer? Confirmation pioneer is that which is created to look at businesses look at businesses for fraud and theft. These businesses come and go from carriers to carriers, and they patronize three aspects of the business: fraud, theft, and sexual assault. Confirmation pioneer is something that there's world all around the place, all around the world, and some places like Pakistan and India probably don't have it, but confirmation pioneer is something that's kind of lingering on everywhere in the world because of such high demand and such high potency towards assault, sexual harassment, theft, fraud, and these kind of bring out virtues of which we can sit there and tell them this is wrong with this business, this is wrong with this business, and this is wrong with that business. So what can we do to change this as a confirmation pioneer? Confirmation pioneer will sit you down and say to you, what is the most valid point that you're trying to make towards your business? And they will tell you there's a lot of sexual assault going on in my business. There's a lot of sexual harassment going on in my business. And this can be any kind of business. Walmart, 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven, H&M, anything like that. They're businesses in the mall that there is sexual harassment going on. And we want to change that by bringing it down 25% at least in the next 1 year. And these businesses are not targeting one person. They sit down with the board of trustees. They sit down with the board of community services. And then they talk about sexual harassment and sexual abuse and sexual assault in businesses. Confirmation pioneer is about 2.5 negative towards 4.5 positive. And what do I mean by that? 2.5 negative versus 4.5 plus negative is meaning that this can be more of a case on the usual basis than not to be a case on the usual basis. So 2.5 negative means that this could be assault every second, third day, harassment every second, third day. 4.5 plus means maybe once in a month, or two times a month. So what category are we looking at on a daily basis? 2.5 negative is 90% more than 4.5 positive. So confirmation pioneer are a community of people who are dressed as labor workers. And let me tell you this, these people are not stupid. They can know what your fingers are saying, what your clothing are saying, what your gestures are saying, what your eye contact is saying, and what kind of person you are, a pedophile, a pervert, a person that's dressed as a pedophile and wants to pick up little boys or little girls to communicate in parks and such places. But that's a part of Confirmation Pioneer's job. But the most significant job that they have is to bring down theft, fraud, and sexual assault in businesses. So, how many days of a year? There's 365 days a year, okay? 365 days a year. So, how many days do these confirmation pioneers roam around the city, going to businesses, and fixing the problem that they're having in such businesses? Maybe 265 days out of 365 days a year. And they take the rest of the 2 months or 3 months off for visual homework. And that's looking at videos, looking at paperwork, looking at distributions, and such and such, and so on and so on. So these confirmation pioneers are very keen when it comes to people, fraud, theft, and sexual assault. So don't think that you will get away with sexual assault, harassment, or any kind of fraud or theft when you're in businesses such as Walmart, 7-Eleven, H&M, American Eagle, Prada, Lululemon, or whatever you want to go to. Don't think you'll get away with this employees working there, because we have confirmation pioneers everywhere these days looking for such habits to be put down.